I quickly record. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for coming forward. And we're going to just do as we always do, take this lovely time just to get still. And first of all, we take some of those lovely, deep, rhythmic breaths. So we just take a lovely, deep, slow breath in. We hold the breath for the same length of time, and then we breathe out for the same length of time, and then we hold the breath. And let's just take some of those breaths, and we feel that lovely peace coming into our bodies. And now let's just give thanks for our breath, because we know breath is life. So we're just deeply grateful for that ability to take those wonderful breaths. And now let's just focus on our heartbeat. Let's just listen for it. The beautiful gift of life. Every heartbeat comes down through the silver cord, that pulse of light from our I Am Presence. It's our gift of life. And it anchors in that beautiful threefold flame in the center, in our heart. But we can move the consciousness of that into the center of our body. So let's do that now and see this beautiful expanded threefold flame. And let's place ourselves in the center in that beautiful golden light. And make that light brilliant, dazzling, golden yellow light, so that it fills all of our physical body and extends out in front of us and around us. It's a beautiful golden yellow light of wisdom, illumination, and the predominant light on this beloved earth. That's why our sun is gold, our candles are golden light. And now let's just visualize a beautiful pink plume on the right side of us, coming out, extending out behind our right shoulder. That is the beautiful gift of the Holy Spirit, the feeling of love. We just see that beautiful, dazzling pink light. And then we see on the left side of us, behind our left shoulder, that beautiful sapphire blue plume of light, which holds within it the power of our I Am Presence, the protection, the faith, and the will to do God's will. And let's just see this beautiful expanded flame now become a sun of light, dazzling just like the noonday sun, as it forms that beautiful golden sun. And we just see these rays now expanding and touching every point of light in every cell of our four earthly bodies, our physical body, our etheric body, which is our soul, our mental and emotional bodies, all comprised of these little inner workers, conscious and intelligent beings. And within their center is that beautiful point of light, which is all perfect, a sun, like a microcosm of the macrocosm. And we just see all these little beings becoming dazzling light. And our whole bodies respond now. Let's just sense the change of vibration. So we visualize our bodies becoming dazzling light, our aura, brilliant light. And we just fill it with love and gratitude. Just love and gratitude for our bodies that enable us to take this earthly journey. Love and gratitude for all life that serves us. All the elemental kingdom, the great and mighty beloved host of ascended masters, all the blessed angels. Just deep, deep love and gratitude to them. Love and gratitude to our loved ones. All life on this blessed earth. All our brothers and sisters. To the people of the earth. And now let's see our beautiful sun becoming that pink, deep pink color, because that is the color of gratitude and love. It's got a beautiful golden radiance. And these rays now leave our bodies and they just form this grid, this lattice of light around our entire earth, filled with a feeling of love and gratitude. Every part of life, by the power of our great I Am presence and the Ascended Masters, feels this gift of love and gratitude. Let's just see our earth now, completely enveloped in this beautiful deep pink blanket of pure divine love and gratitude. Let's feel the happiness, the joy, let's sense it in all life, because we all love to be loved. Everything loves to be loved. We just give thanks for this. And now we're going to read the opening invocation. And I was thinking, John, would you like to read it?
Can do, beloved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beloved presence of God, I am. It is thy life and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb that which is required of me. For life, I am so grateful. Beloved Master Kutumi, I ask for your feelings and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. And now, great I Am presence, take me within thyself. There instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you. From beloved Saint Germain.
Marvelous. Thank you so much. All right, so we've got the topics for the week. Obviously, beloved Donna's going to continue reading from Unveiled Mysteries, which is Mysteries of the Yellowstone, which is always wonderful. And then we're going to listen to a video, Pure Light from the Land of Love. It's absolutely beautiful, from the beloved Mahachohan. Terry's going to read such a beautiful part. Antoinette read it at the Transmission Flame service, and I just thought we have to read it again. It's so beautiful. From beloved Lord Maitreya, from the Bridge to Freedom material. And then we've got beloved Lady Venus. I'm going to read from Friendship with the Gods, but just half of it because it's quite long. So we'll read half and half next week. And then beloved Antoinette will take us through our decrees. So let's start. Thank you so much, beloved Donna. Let me just get it up. Okay, thanks, Donna. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you, beloved Anthea. And welcome and wonderful to be here today. Thank you for this opportunity. I just love this book. So we're in Unveiled Mysteries, Mysteries of the Yellowstone. Leaving the Royal Teton, I was perfectly conscious of passing through space and moving rapidly until we reached a certain spot in Yellowstone Park. Here we descended and stood before a wall of solid rock. "Do you see any way to enter?" asked Saint Germain, turning to me. "No, but I feel the opening is here," I answered as I pointed to a certain spot on the granite wall. He smiled, and going up to the place indicated, laid his hand upon it, and in a moment we stood before a metal door, unsealed. "You see," he explained, "we have our own methods of sealing any entrance we choose for protection, and it is impossible for it ever to be found or entered unless we so desire. The substance with which we hermetically seal places and things is drawn from the universal. It is harder than the rock itself, though in appearance exactly like it. In this way, we are able to protect entrances to retreats, buildings, buried cities, mines, and secret chambers of the great ascended Brotherhood of Light, many of which have been held in a state of perfect preservation for over 70,000 years. When we no longer have use for such places or things, we return them back to the universal. So you see, all power becomes the willing servitor of one who has conquered himself. All forces of the universe are awaiting our command whenever it is the part of wisdom and love to use them. On the door we faced was a replica of a man's right hand, embossed in the metal itself, at about the level of my shoulder. It looks strikingly like my present physical hand. "Place your hand over this metal one," said Saint Germain, "and press hard." I obeyed. It fitted over the other perfectly. I pressed with all my strength. Slowly, the great door opened, and he continued, "You have retained that form and size of hand for several embodiments. It was placed on the door by the government as an honor because you were the discoverer of the mine. That hand is a model of your hand 14,000 years ago. We entered through this door and passed into a long, round tunnel, finally emerging into a great cavity. There, to my utter amazement, I found tools and machinery of various kinds made of an imperishable white metal in as perfect a state of preservation as if constructed but yesterday. In the center of the cavity was a shaft. Our present mining engineers would be amazed at the simplicity and perfection of the mining activities of that former age. The same method will again be brought forth into use here in America within the next century. Saint Germain stepped to the shaft and pulled a lever. Soon a cage of peculiar design came to the top. We stepped inside, and he touched a smaller lever within it. As we began moving downward toward the 200-foot level, we came to a station. Continuing on down to the 700-foot level, we stopped. This was the central station, and from it led 5 tunnels, like the spokes of a wheel. These were all perfectly round and lined with the same white metal of which the machinery was constructed. It was so thick and strong that only the collapse of the mountain itself could crush it. 2 of the 5 tunnels were driven into the mountain for more than 2,000 feet. In the central station was one engine that handled all the cars. The white metal you see, explained Saint Germain, is a most remarkable discovery, for it is light in weight, tougher than anything known, untarnishable and imperishable. You may only give a fragmentary description of all these marvels that are actual physical proof of the great height of this ancient civilization. Such wonders have existed and are now in your midst, undreamed of until this revelation shall go forth. As we came to the end of the tunnel, he showed me the drills that had been used in that distant day. These drills, he continued, sent forth a tube of blue-white flame about an inch in diameter. They operated at amazing speed, consuming the rock as they passed through.
Marvelous. Thank you so much, beloved Donna. Oh, such lovely information, isn't it? And as we know, it's all true and there. And something we've got to look forward to in the golden age dawning with all these wonderful inventions and things that are going to be coming to us. All right, so now we're going to listen to these words from the beloved Mahachohan. Pure Light from the Land of Love by the beloved Mahachohan. This is an excerpt from Electrons and the Elemental Kingdom from the Bridge to Freedom material, and it's compiled by Werner Schroeder. The electrons making up the physical heart, brain and body of each of mankind come joyously from the land of love. In contemplating this pure light dispensed so freely by the great God presence, many individuals experience a sense of unrighteousness and a feeling of unworthiness. Humbling oneself before the wonder of the Almighty is good, but not when it gives a sense of emotional martyrdom. Such persons are depressing to themselves and to others, not only by reason of their own radiation, but because unconsciously they probe, in a sense, mentally criticizing, into the human natures of those around them, which still require refinement. This does not assist in your progress because it draws forth the influences which are constantly being released by unascended beings when their personal selves are touched. In relaxed contemplation, the Holy Christ Self will pour forth its fragrance, joy, harmony, and peace through every exquisite electron which composes the physical bodies of mankind. Blessing and acknowledging the lips and tongue each morning as being channels of God's holy breath, the Chela will speak with the voice of angels and bring harmony wherever they go. Blessing the ears each morning, they shall hear only the sounds of peace, for all else is illusion. Blessing the eyes, they shall see only the beauty and goodness of God's kingdom in each wayfarer they meet, in the flowers and growing things, even in the very roads and pavements upon which they tread, and which are made up by God's strength and energy flowing through their fellow men. The earth has now come to a point in its evolution when every man, woman, and child must come into agreement with the law of their being, and discontinue discord and distress, regardless of the present appearances of confusion being piled upon confusion. The earth is enfolded in the God power of infinite love, and is undergoing birth pains to bring forth the age of light, of peace, of harmony. To each Chela who, by their own cause of the expansion of the light, is assisting at this birth, I pour the strength and calm confidence of the heavenly host. The light from the heart of God. For your better understanding, I shall again remind you that the light from the heart of the God Self, the mighty I Am Presence, in its descent into physical form, goes straight into the secret chamber of the heart. From there it is returned to the brain, and the impulse of light thus reaches the sense consciousness, or what is called the intellectual understanding. The instruction from the I Am Presence thus descends on its ray of light, and, Reascending upward directs the brain cells to follow out certain divine directions, which would make the outer self a full representative of the God self. The brain cells, however, are also connected with the 5 outer senses to the world of appearance, and the vibrations from the world of appearance are also constantly reporting to the brain. This is an accretion of fact and fancy picked up from the world without. The brain then has to struggle between accepting the divine direction from the heart or the dictates of so-called reason from the appearance world. Since it is the way of man to follow the line of least resistance, the pressure of feeling, therefore, prefers to accept the report of the outer senses, and so, as a general rule, the divine direction coming from the heart is ignored. Thus the individual becomes a pawn of the appearance world, until, through contemplation and divine wisdom, however, he learns in peace to obey the directions of the heart, even in the face of the most appalling appearances to the contrary. Continuing to accept these reports of the outer senses, mankind will never make consistent advancement upon the spiritual path or be of value to the spiritual hierarchy, except in spurts. But be not discouraged, friends of my heart, for I too walked earth's ways, even as you do today. Thus we are grateful, and we love you for every spurt and every effort. By meditation, the Chela can so train himself to watch the light descending from the presence into the heart, and then reascending to the brain, so that he can clearly hear the directions of the presence, as he can hear a voice on the radio, although I might add, in most instances, it is more a flash of a picture than a worded expression. The pathway to mastery lies in the controlled consciousness, which is a radiating center of the causes and divine direction. You recognize, accept, and expand the God consciousness through peaceful study, contemplation, and one-pointed attention to the light from the heart of the inner one. And so today, as each of my beloved Chelas resolves to make a more determined effort to hear and follow the divine guidance from within, in love I pour greater blessings upon you. Okay, it's just lovely words from the beloved Mahachohan. Okay, so now this is one that I found which I thought would be good for all of us. From the beloved Sanat Kumara. It's from the Journal Book 3 from the British Freedom Material. And it says the rhythm of life, magnetization and radiation. Now, I want you to feel this morning the rhythm of the immortal threefold flame of life, which is within your heart. Within that rhythm, beloved children, is every power of the sacred fire. Within that rhythm also is your freedom and your mastery. In the rest of your outer consciousness, within the rhythm of that immortal flame, you shall become lords of the flame yourselves, master of the powers of cohesion and expansion, masters of the activities of centripetal and centrifugal force, masters of the powers of precipitation and etherealization. For that is the nature of the rhythm of the flame within your heart. As that flame draws primal life into itself through the holy breath, coalescence takes place. Substance, obedience to that flame becomes manifest as the precipitated form you desire. So there it is, and so beautifully put in a nutshell from the beloved Sanat Kumara on precipitation. And there's quite a lot on the website on that. You just go to Ascension Topics and it's quite a lot there. All right, so beloved Terry is going to read now this wonderful discourse from beloved Lord Maitreya. Thank you, beloved Terry.
Wow, enjoy.
Thank you. Greetings, everyone.
That one, no, that one. Right, nope, that's the left.
Someone I think is not muted. Things for which to be grateful. A discourse of beloved Lord Maitreya. Beloved and blessed spirits of God, do you know how much you are loved? Have you thought in your long and tedious journey through the world of form of the amount and intensity of love that has been invested in your life streams individually? From the moment when you were called forth, a sweet and innocent spirit spark from the heart of the universal, universal Father, Mother, God, from that very moment of individualization, love has sustained you. Love has furnished for you out of the beautiful electronic light body of God himself, the electronic form of your own presence. Love has drawn for you the substance of the elemental kingdom, which is made up for you an emotional body by which you might feel the glorious nature of God, by which you might feel love and harmony and beauty and every other feeling which is of that nature. Love has fashioned for you from elemental substance a mental body, so you might receive the ideas of the universal, creating for yourself an individual world, bringing it into fruition according to free will. Love has created for you an etheric envelope into which you might record the experiences in the use of energy and vibration, building into this etheric body the mastery of light. Love has drawn from the physical atoms of this world the very physical body which you wear. All of that electronic light substance, beloved children, is intelligent and beautiful. Free life that chose to forego its happiness in spheres and realms of perfection for the questionable opportunity of making garments for your souls. Love from the heart of the kingdom of nature fashioned for you this very planet, a platform upon which your feet might stand, fresh water to refresh your bodies and garments, the beautiful firmament with the blue sky of day and the star-studded mantle of God at night, to give you rest and peace and give you opportunity to refresh yourselves in your journey through the world of form. Love, through the great Mahachohan, drew from the kingdom of nature into the temples the tiny elemental forms and trained them to embody themselves in flower, in tree, in shrub, in grass, and the very substance that through nature nourishes and sustains your physical body. Love has done all this for you. Love drew the heart of Sanat Kumara from his beloved Venus and helped him to accept this self-chosen exile, that this very planet, Earth, might be sustained and men not be found orphans without a planetary home. Love from the heart of Sanat Kumara drew the response from the great Gautama Buddha and myself in his great desire to create a hierarchy that might teach man again the power and mastery of life within the sacred fire. Love has caused every master who has finished the journey of earth, who has stood in the halls of karma, and who has gained the victory of the ascension to renounce the peace of nirvana, the welcome of life on the bosom of the Father, to return to work in this lower realm, to serve and set life free. Love created the karmic board, that the creations of your own misuse of energy might not be pressed too heavily into one life, into one earth life, but in mercy might be meted out century after century, so that the soul within might find opportunity to develop and not be smothered in the creation of its own thought and feeling. Love kept the angels in the atmosphere of this earth when they might know the joy and happiness of realms where there is no distress or sorrow. Love keeps Lord Michael 20 out of every 24 hours in the psychic and astral realms, cleaning up the human creations, so that the clothing of every soul might be free of the appetites and passions and the lusts, which do not allow the soul to rise into the schoolrooms, which have been provided by that same love to teach them the way out of their chains of bondage to freedom. It is love indescribable that has created and fashioned in the inner spheres those schoolrooms that do not just appear by happenstance. They are thought out of the mental bodies of my beloved Kuthumi, my beloved Saint Germain, and my beloved Jesus, and every other master who has chosen to contribute his thought and feeling faculties to create a focus into which the souls of men might be drawn, that they might be given understanding. It is love that has provided for you this beautiful sanctuary. It is love in each of you that responds to the magnetic pole in this temple, brings you here despite the pressure of your own aura and your individual world, and the heaviness that lies on your sweet souls, making you feel sometimes that the task more heavy than that soul can possibly carry. Oh, my precious hearts, it is love, love alone, that has created and sustained this universe. It is love that keeps the very elements of your body from returning to the universal. It is love that holds the planets in their orbits, the sun in place in our solar system. It is love that carries the systems in a perfect rhythmic manner in a path around the great central sun, moving ever, ever onward to a manifestation of glory which your precious hearts and consciousnesses could not conceive. Oh, if all of this love has been drawn and invested in you, do you not think then that you are an important part of creation? When the great cosmic intelligence from whose heart and consciousness has come into being and formed new bodies for eons of time, enfolds you with love to sustain and develop your bodies, and through the members of the angelic host, the devas, the cherubim, and the seraphim, guard this star and keep it in its orbit. When mighty beings like Sanat Kumara should choose to remain in exile century after century, do you not think that the light in your heart is loved? Do you not think that you have been created for some great cosmic destiny? Do you not feel that love so invested should now have fit return? Is it not the hour when the sons and daughters of men shall rise and, turning their attention to their own God, ask that they may be shown without mistake what they as individuals should do, for what purpose each one was created? Is it not time that the knee of the outer self shall bend before the holy Christ self? I am the cosmic representative of the holy Christ self, and in all humility ask that the will of that Christ self through the outer be done. I think we have come to that day, the day of complete inner honesty and self-surrender, when every man bears his head before his God, bows his knee before his Christ, and accepts the joyous, happy, harmonious responsibility of fulfilling the divine plan, for which love has sustained him for millions of years. It is not enough to be harmless. It is not enough to be negatively good, to cease to do evil. Those who respond to the banner of the Christ must constructively be doing good. The second coming is individual, my beloved hearts. The shining Christ self of each one stands waiting to externalize through the physical and inner bodies which it has sustained, guided, purified, and guarded for centuries, a portion of that great divine plan which can be manifested through no other life stream. Each of you holds a thread in the tapestry of life which must be woven, and great the hour when the cosmic words might be said, "It is finished." And I may offer to the universal this planet and all upon it, and say, Into thy hands, O Father eternal, do we commend this earth and these God-free spirits.
Wow, oh, it's just so amazing. Thank you so much, Terry. So beautifully read. And just these exquisite words. We're truly blessed. Yeah, so much love. So now we're going to listen to, and it's also really just a wonderful speech given by Pierce Brosnan, and he was James Bond that time, but it came through on a Telegram channel that I'm part of, and it was just so good. I downloaded it, and I thought, well, we're going to listen to it today. So I hope you enjoy this. It's just great. He was obviously giving it to university or some young students. It was just so well said, I thought.
I grew up in Ireland. My father, Tom Brosnan, well, he left when I was an infant. It was not a good time to be a single mother. But my mother was courageous in her determination to make a better life for us both. And thus, she left the shores of Ireland to become a nurse in England. Such a decision came a number of years of separation and heartache. At the age of 4, I went to live with my grandparents. After they passed on, I ended up living with a friend of the family. Eileen Riley was her name. Eileen was a saint of a woman to me. She was a classic Irish woman with an apron wrapped around her full figure that was always covered in baking powder. I lived upstairs in a room that I shared with 2 other lodgers. There was some sadness and longing. I remember how she wept. The day I left her, I was 11 years old. My life began again that day as I traveled alone on the plane to London with rosary beads in one hand and an empty aspirin bottle filled with holy water in the other. Once there, fresh off the plane with a thick Irish brogue. For some reason, they could not or would not say my name, Pierce, so I was known as Irish. Each and every day trying to find my footing in this new landscape of prejudice and racism, learning words I'd never known and never wanted to know. I learned to assimilate. It was, in some ways, my first acting job, to be someone else. And eventually, I found people I didn't need to act for. I found friends who accepted me, brogue and all, friends who called me by my name, on my own. I had learned to survive, but through friendship, I learned to thrive. Those boys' acceptance, Eileen's generosity, my mother's sacrifice, that is what got me through my childhood. I can tell you this, wherever you're going, you won't get there alone. I certainly didn't. It's easy to feel overwhelmed or daunted by the challenges facing our world. In those moments when you feel outmatched, you need people you can turn to. You need people who can support you, who can swell spirits, who can pick you up and dust you off and set you right. And once you're ready to get back into the fight, you will need people to stand by your side. Our world doesn't need a lone hero out to solve things solo. Our world doesn't need a hero who only chases adventure and glamour. We need people who have a passion and a sense of a mission. My own environmental awareness and activism were born out of a love of nature, a love for the ocean, and the love of a great woman, namely my wife, Keely. My wife and I helped save the last pristine breeding ground of the California gray whales. That is our passion. That is our mission. Many in your position have sought the route of the flashy, exciting, or adventurous. They've taken the high-powered job or the well-regarded profession because they want the thrill that comes with first-class cabins, penthouse suites, and swanky clothes. Well, I have worn the tuxedo, so I can tell you this. Our world doesn't need you to chase the super spy lifestyle. It needs you to find a passion and a mission. Greatness doesn't come from destruction. It comes from the courage to create, to see the opportunity we have been given, to seize it and to build the future. You are the architects and the engineers of a new tomorrow. And like no species before us, you have the power to shape the future. So when you leave here today, I urge you to pursue something that is exacting to you as it is important to the world. Make something that matters. The world needs your will, it needs your imagination, your courage, your appetite for adventure. It needs your hands and your minds and your hearts. Our world doesn't need a hero with a license to kill. We need people with the courage to create. You have before you the most singular opportunity for greatness ever offered to any generation. So take it. Rise up. Save the world. I hope that this cadence will leave you both shaken and stirred, but we'll see about that.
Okay, I just thought he just spoke so beautifully, really stirring, and you can see what a lovely man from Ireland. All right, so now we have this wonderful opportunity every week to say this decree for our brothers and sisters that have passed over into this and are now in the psychic and astral realm. And so we say together with our mics muted. Beloved presence of God, I am in me, and beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my heart, and beloved Saint Germain. While my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream, including that in my causal body, be used to render whatever service is needed in the violet flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be drawn into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted, so that when they are summoned for re-embodiment by the lords of karma, they bring into incarnation only a heritage of perfection and carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We accept this done now with full cosmic power, and so be it, beloved I am, and we thank you. Right, so I'm now going to read from Friendship with the Gods, beloved Lady Venus. And as we know, she's the divine complement of our beloved Sanat Kumara, who came all those millions of years ago and saved this planet, known as Ancient of Days in the Bible. And he held our beloved Earth in her orbital position with his mighty aura of love, allowing her to emit light. It's a great, great thanks to him. So, beloved Lady Venus is she's the hierarch of the planet Venus with beloved Sanat Kumara, and the activity of the crystal ray of beauty. So she's the great goddess of beauty. And she says, all so-called matter in the physical appearance world is simply energy and has intelligence within it. The substance which composes the actual physical chairs, tables, etc., which you use has intelligent light within it, the electron in every atom of which it is made. This intelligent light within will respond to the direction given it by the consciousness of the life stream, which has within its beating heart a focus of the creative threefold flame. Therefore, to draw about you greater beauty and perfection which you desire, and which is not now manifest, is simply a matter of your speaking directly to the light center in every cell and atom of the substance around you. Always, however, speaking in the name and authority of the creative Lord I am. Before so doing, however, still the outer self for just a moment or two, and realizing your oneness with the creative word and power of manifestation, I am, which is God's own name. This we know from Exodus. and your own life, command the substance of this physical world to yield to you the beauty which expresses the divine plan. The desire for beauty is really innate within all life, for it is one of the greatest qualities of the Godhead, and therefore man's natural state, since all life is one, no matter when or how it is expressing. So when there is a craving within you to draw forth more beauty into this physical appearance world, just realize that this is really in accord with your divine plan of life, your reason for being, and you are right then in tune with the infinite. You see, your very desire for beauty is a propelling power which moves you forward to victorious and natural accomplishment, not one which is in opposition to God's will for all. In other words, you are swimming with the tide, taking advantage of life's natural forward-moving current, not in your frail bark, outer limited consciousness, getting into currents of energy which are not in accord with the divine plan, and so attempt to hold back the glories of the golden age which has now dawned. The ray of beauty is the crystal ray, the highest rate of vibratory action expressed in each of the 7 rays. It is the centralized core of each ray. The color of that ray enfolding the crystal ray, which is its heart center. Beauty and love are the very essence of divine perfection, and the more beauty which is expressed by one in person and surroundings, the higher the vibratory action of his or her world. And so just lovely way of putting it. And there it is, that wonderful crystal ray, which is in the core of all the 7 rays. Right, so we're going to have an opportunity now to sing the song. And as Anne said the other day, it's got a very short title, Let, but it's got gorgeous words. So I hope you enjoy singing this song. Wonderful, wonderful words. I think it's going to become a favorite, that song. Anyway, so beloved Antoinette, thank you so much, Ant. You're going to take over now. Thank you very much.
Oh, and thank you, Anthea. Thank you for such a wonderful hour together. The cherry on the cake being the beautiful, beautiful song. I think I love it too. So, and I think we're all just feeling this wonderful feeling of love, all these beautiful readings and these wonderful songs and that lovely speech and just everything wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now with our attention on our mighty beloved I Am Presence, we say together, Mighty I Am Presence, great host of ascended masters, archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic light, come forth now in all your cosmic power. withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world, right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind, and render helpless all these sinister forces and their activities until the light has removed them completely, and illumine the source, so this may never act again. Replace all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. And now our very important decree for protection. Beloved mighty I Am Presence, beloved Archangel Michael, and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance and Archangel Michael's armor of light through and around me, charged with your invincible protection, all powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. I am grateful that we are given whatever added protection is needed. And what we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, and that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. We'll just take a moment to feel this mighty tube of light enfolding each and every one of us. This group, our loved ones, and all the people across the face of the earth, standing up right now in the name of truth, justice, and freedom for our beloved earth. Our decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice blazing throughout the world, right now and forever. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury in every court throughout the world. Knowing that I am all powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done here and now. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world, right now and forever. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. In the name of my mighty I Am Presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I decree, I am the presence, charging the minds and feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to the light. And now our mighty violet fire decree, after which we will listen to the beautiful music and visualize this mighty flame blazing through our entire earth. Mighty I Am Presence, beloved Saint Germain, and those that minister to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire and cause our mighty victory for all the world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now. I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels descend with your purple wands of fire and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister force activity. Transmute and consume it all. Cause, call, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. Replace it all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. And now with that wonderful feeling of victory blazing through each and every one of us, we say together, I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere, right now and forever. We accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and doubled each hour until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. Now we end off as we always do, making that call to the secret love star. And this evening so perfectly easy because we are all just filled with that wonderful feeling of pure divine love. So we take a moment and place our focus on the secret love star, this mighty focus of cosmic divine love from the great central sun, shining in the heavens for these next 2000 years. That supreme light that cannot be requalified with human thoughts or feelings. And together now we see that light, pink and golden light, directed into every human heart, enfolding every man, woman, and child in that cosmic divine love. And we see those rays expanding those feelings of unconditional love, of harmony and gratitude, of kindness and tolerance, of respect and courtesy, of goodwill, those feelings of unity, one brotherhood, Saint Germain's holy family. And we see our entire earth, every nation, the entire nature kingdom, bathed in this pink and golden light. Every heart opening to receive this gift of cosmic divine love. Mighty I am presence of each and every one of us, come forth. Charge our beings and world, and that of all mankind, with light and love from the secret love star. And we ask that you keep it eternally sustained. We thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Marvelous. Thank you so much, beloved Antoinette. Okay, so that's just wonderful. Now we're going to read the closing invocation, and I'm just thinking now who would like to read it. So I'm just thinking, we've got Jonathan. Would you like to read it, beloved?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Beloved I am presence and beloved Master Kathumi, nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfect expression in my world and the world of my fellow men. Beloved presence of God, I am, pour the light of thy great glory upon the consciousness and nourish the seeds planted by the masters. We thank you.
Marvelous. Thank you so much, beloved Jay. All right, so just a moment, and I know it's so easy for us now just to feel, that feeling of gratitude, just gratitude for these wonderful teachings from the beloved Ascended Masters, and just to understand our own presence and the use of the light rays and just all the many, many gifts and all our earthly blessings too, just deep gratitude, that wonderful feeling of love from that reading, that love has sustained us through centuries of lifetimes. Love to our I am presence for these gifts of opportunity. Let's just take a moment. And there, thank you so much, everybody. And yeah, feel free to open your videos if you want. Whoops, let me stop the share. I know that's what we've got to do there. So let me put this off. Whoops. That's nice. Wait, let me just put on the.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi,
Thank you.
Bye.
Beautiful.
I'm trying to get my video on. There it is.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Auntie.
Oh, that's nice. Anyway, thank you so much for coming, everybody. And oh, it's just such lovely readings. And we're just blessed. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wonderful
Thank you.
information.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Marvelous service. Very, very good. Loved it. Loved it all. It was great. Thank you.
Ah,
Same thing.
Like you're looking nice and yellow.
Yes.
Right. Thank you all. Bless
you.
everyone. Lovely time.
Lovely, Solomon. Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, blessings. Thank you
God
so
bless you
much.
all.
That was such a wonderful service. Thank you.
Yes. Keep it up, Anthea.
Very, very much.
You're going full blast, Anthea. Keep it up. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And happy day to everybody. It's a very beautiful day. Bye-bye.
Bye. Love and blessings to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Donna, John.
Bless you. Much,
Amy,
much love
Paul.
to everyone. Bless you all.
Oh, bless you. I know some people are going by candlelight because we've got load shedding and things. So anyway, it's lovely to
Thank you so much, beloved Anthea. It was so beautiful. I was so humbled. I was in tears most of the time. Thank you so much.
It's the beloved group. I mean, there's just nothing to touch them. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's so blessed. We are truly blessed. Yeah. Anyway,
Thank you so much. Love and light to all. Have a beautiful evening or day.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
God bless you all.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Thank you.
Lots of love, everyone.
Lots of love. Blessings. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Lots of love, Anthea.
Oh, you too, Jade.
Thank you. Have a beautiful evening.
Thank you. You have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll end now. Okay. Bye, everybody. Happy week.
Bye.
Bye.